What's going on, losers? So today we're kind of going to be working on the truck. I've been driving it a lot. We got the tune squared up. It's driving really well. If you guys watched the last video, we tore up some tires. We had a lot of fun, and we put in the Raspberry Pi. Anyways, I was ripping around the other night, and I'm coming home and I'm at the McDonald's. I don't know, it's like half a mile from my house. And I take off and just smoke pours out from underneath the truck. And I was like, what? So I pull over, I think maybe it's on fire. And I start to look and there's something missing here. That's what it was. So the turbo actually started leaking. It's kind of crazy. There's like these 4 bolts here. Well, it's missing one because I took one out because I had to buy one because one actually fell out. So here's the other one. So there's 4. Here's one of the new ones. And the other new one's around here somewhere. I think, hopefully. Anyways, I'll find it. But, oh, it's right here. But yeah, so one of these bolts came out. The one that we bought as a replacement's a little taller, so I'm going to see if it'll work. If not, we'll have to trim it down. Luckily, we have the bandsaw, so no big deal. But not only did it do that, if you guys can see down in there, it actually pulled the freaking bracket off the motor mount. So I have it like notched, which was a dumb idea, obviously. It's a pain in the butt to get in there. So I notched it to make it easier. Well, it ripped it out. So I don't know if that was part of the reason why this happened or what exactly, but the problem's there. So we're gonna spray this down with some brake clean. We're gonna get the bolts Loctited in there. We're gonna use red Loctite, get them all Loctited in there, and then we'll move on to that motor mount. I'm gonna pull the motor mount out. We're gonna like cut the current flat spot off, weld the new one on, and drill a better hole that lines up better with where the motor mount is. And then hopefully that'll be fixed and we can get to driving the truck again. But there is one other major issue, and you guys probably couldn't tell in the video because we were in first gear. The truck doesn't want to rev. It does this weird thing where in first gear, we have the red line set to 7,000. In first gear, it only goes to 6,200. Second gear is 5,500. Third gear is 5,000, but only when we're under load. Like if it's in neutral, we can rev it up to 7 grand. And if we just like ease into the throttle, we can get it to 7 grand. But as soon as we start like building some boost, problems occur. And currently the tune, the timing's pretty conservative. It looks about on par with everybody else's. From what the tuner set up. We didn't have a dyno, so it was all street tuned, so we couldn't like dial it in perfect, but it seems well. Peak boost is around 20 to 23 pounds. It kind of depends on how things are going, but it's right in there. And it's really good. Like, I like it. The truck's plenty fast. I can't see that full 20 pounds in second or third gear. Second gear, it's only hitting like 18. And that's in between it like breaking up. For the most part, it starts at 15 pounds and it just starts being a pain in the butt. So we're not sure what's going on there, so we have to figure that out. We're gonna get rid of the LS coils and go back to the distributor and see what that does. But that'll be in an upcoming video. I'm waiting on the parts. So let's go ahead and get started on this turbo. So here's the turbo. We need our bolts. We need a 3/8. I got both of these 3/8, and then we need some red permanent Loctite. I got 2, so I don't know which one's going to be best. We're going to start off with, we're just going to start getting this guy in here. And it's not the easiest place to work. But I want to test this and see how it does before I Loctite it and make sure it's not too long. and we'll pull these out after we get these two in. There's a O-ring in here. That's where the oil seals, so it was actually seeping out of there. That's what was happening. And my truck carries, like, when you're ripping it, it's like 75 pounds of oil pressure. So it has a lot of oil pressure, so it pushes out if it doesn't want to be there. I'm not sure why these backed out. It doesn't look like this one ever had Loctite on it, so maybe they forgot to put Loctite on it. I'm not real sure, but I called AGP and they said just red Loctite them in and shouldn't have a problem. So that's what I did. Okay, so that one's in. Let's do this one, see what it does. Sorry, this microfiber is like really grabby. So maybe like when you get a turbo, just check this and see if these are red Loctited in on yours or not. Because like I said, it doesn't look like these were. I bought this turbo from them. They're an Arizona company, which I thought was really cool. And so I called them up and they told me, they're like, yeah, we got the turbo. Give us like 2 days to make it. And they actually emailed me the next day and said that it was being shipped, that they had already made it. So I wonder if they just forgot. You know, we're all human, so things happen. But we'll get it back together and hopefully won't have any more problems. We've had a fuel line come loose, and then we had this come loose as well. So we've had a little bit of stuff be problematic. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and let's pull this one out. See, like I said, it's already loose. We'll get this one out and we'll get our new one out and we'll get them Loctited in. We'll see on this one if it looks like it's been Loctited or not. And like I said, I don't think they were. They don't really look it to me. Usually you can see some residue of Loctite. So just something to check and make sure. It does stink when I take these out. My gosh, it smells like burnt oil so bad. But look, maybe there's a little bit of something right there. Yeah, it looks like it had some on it. Maybe just not enough. Yeah, this one definitely had some on it. So, I said maybe just not enough. We'll put a pretty good amount on there. And when I do Loctite, I like to do the whole thing. Ooh, shit, that was a bunch. Don't do that much. My goodness, we need to get the other bolt out so we can put it on there. Set you down. I'm doing these in like a crisscross pattern, you know, diagonal from each other. I don't know if that matters, but it's what I'm doing. So anyways, we'll get these out, get them Loctited, get them back in, get the turbo in, and then we'll work on that motor mount. All right, so the camera died, but luckily the gimbal has a built-in charger, so if everything is charged up, we can do this. It does make the camera like lag a little bit as far as movement. But there it is. Turbo's back on. I got the drain on. We still got to put the feet on, and I got to put the compressor housing on. But before I do all that, I want to get the motor mount out and get started on that. So meet me over here. All right, so here's what I'm doing. I love this angle iron that has these slots in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this on here. I tacked it with the TIG machine, but I'm out of gas, so I gotta go ahead and go with the wire feed. But I'm gonna get this burnt in, this side, the top, and then we'll see what we can do in here. I probably won't do much because we have to get the, I'll probably just like do right here and do right here. because we gotta be able to put the nut on here. And then this being slotted a little bit should help us with getting it to line up, I hope. We'll see how it goes. This is a pain in the butt on my truck, not real sure why. Anyways, let's get this welded. So here it is, finished product. Come on, there it is. Doesn't look too bad. Somebody doesn't know what they're doing. Well, it's turned out all right. Let's go ahead and get this on, and we'll try and get the motor back into place. All right, so at this point, the camera's dead, the gimbal's dead, but turbo's in, motor mount is fixed and in. I just got to put the bolt that goes there in, the nut. I want to red Loctite it. I just sprayed it all with brake clean, letting it clean off. And once that's done, we'll put the turbo housing on and we're done. Should be done for today. Hopefully this fixes it. I'm going to button up off camera. But what I was going to tell you guys, I was looking at this. So look at my wastegate here. What's missing? Like, wow. So I need to look at that and see. That's the only one that's missing. But it's just crazy. This motor, there's something about it that's just backing bolts out. We're going to have to go through and Loctite a bunch of stuff and just keep putting miles on it and getting this figured out. Because like I said, I don't know what's going on. Things are just loosening up. So it is what it is. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for helping me fix this. And we'll see if it happens again. See you guys next time.